Hey there, Deluxe fans! Hope you're feeling exceptionally magical today. Brush off your dusty spellbooks because today we are going to be talking about the return of the Sanderson sisters. That's right, Disney has finally released a teaser trailer for the highly anticipated Halloween sequel, Hocus Pocus 2, and we couldn't have been more bewitched by it. So grab your brooms, mops, vacuums, and maybe even your Roombas because we are about to take flight and talk about everything that we know about Hocus Pocus 2. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video to find out when and where we will be able to watch the movie when it finally releases. Disney surprised all of us on June 28th of this year when they released a teaser trailer for Hocus Pocus 2. The teaser is a little bit over a minute and a half long, and it opens up with some heavy symbolism. The beginning of the trailer starts with an aerial view of a red-winged blackbird flying over the water, and what's really interesting about this is what the bird symbolizes in old lore. You see, the red-winged blackbird is meant to be a symbol of good luck, protection, and prosperity. They say that the blackbird could mean that you are about to come to a realization or discover knowledge that you have been in dire need of. On the other hand though, should a blackbird silently visit you in your dream, this has been said to indicate a sort of ancient untapped magic. So I think that the first shot we are seeing of the bird is going to be a recurring dream that our new main character Becca is going to be having. This is because, following that scene in the trailer, we learn that it is Becca's 16th birthday, which appears to fall on Halloween, and originally her plan seems to be to stay at home and watch a scary movie marathon, which she referred to as her birthday ritual. The trailer then cuts to a quick shot of Becca and her friends sitting around the black flame candle, with a match getting ready to light it, which I think is going to take place after it's hinted to her that she might be a witch. You see, in the scene right after they are lighting the candle, you can see the friends exploring the old Sanderson sister house, which has been renovated into a very nice looking museum or gift shop of sorts. It's there that we get a glimpse of a cat that looks eerily similar to Thackeray Binks, which I'm very curious about. It's also there that the curator tells Becca that, according to a legend, a witch will get her powers on her 16th birthday. That's what I think prompts the trio to mess around with the black flame candle in the first place. They likely don't think it's going to actually have any effects, but as we saw in the trailer, they would be wrong. As the teaser continues, you can hear chanting in the background from Becca and her friends, but if you listen close enough, you can also hear a familiar voice chiming in every now and then, the voice of Sarah Sanderson. This is also the point in the trailer that we get a brief shot of Billy Butcherson's gravestone as a shovel can be seen plunging into the ground. The chanting continues to build before finally we see it, the lighting of the black flame candle. As the flame flickers into life, the ground beneath Becca and Izzy begins to split and open up. The crack in the ground continues to grow before forking into 3 separate paths, and at the end of each one is a different but equally wicked Sanderson sister. And let me tell you, I got chills when I heard Bette Midler begin to say in her sister Winifred Sanderson voice, "Lock up your children, yes Salem, we're back," followed by her classic cackle. At the end of the teaser, we can hear the score from the original film kick in as they reveal the title, Hocus Pocus 2. A little snippet that followed the title got me really excited though, as a worker walked up to the Sandersons and asks them if they were looking for the stage, to which Winifred replied, "Always." And let me tell you, I am so ready for them to put a spell on me again. If they do another scene like that, I will be beyond happy. So aside from the trailer, what do we know about Hocus Pocus 2 and the plot of the film? Well, the movie is set in modern-day Salem, Massachusetts in 2022. That means it's going to be taking place 29 years after the events of the original Hocus Pocus. That's going to make a huge difference in how the movie plays out. I mean, think about the difference between today and 1993. With the way technology has advanced, the Sanderson sisters are going to be even more lost in time around than they were in the first time when they were afraid of the road and thought it would melt them. On top of that, the children wanted to spend all night running around looking for their parents. They can just text them. So it'll be really interesting to see the sort of obstacles that the main characters are going to have to face when battling the wicked trio of witches. As we said, the movie takes place 29 years after the events of the first film, and this time they are back for twice the revenge for being executed not once, but twice now. And it looks like it is going to be up to Becca, Izzy, and Cassie, 3 high school friends, to stop the Sanderson sisters sisters from wreaking havoc on all of Salem for the third time. And if I'm picking up on the hints from the trailer properly, I think Becca is going to be doing some witchcraft of her own. As I mentioned before, the blackbird we see at the beginning of the film is often used as a magical symbol, and should we actually be seeing a dream that Becca was having, then it means that she could have some ancient untapped magical powers that she is unaware of. I think it would be really interesting if Hocus Pocus 2 introduced a new age of witches that dedicated themselves to stopping the Sanderson sisters and any witch who believes that they need to get their powers from the life force of children. That is just my theory on it though, and I'm sure when more information about the movie comes out, the rest of the plot will become abundantly clear. All I know is I'm sure excited to see the Sanderson sisters reprise their roles in this sequel. When Disney first officially announced that a sequel to their beloved Halloween classic was in the works, many fans were curious if Kenny Ortega would reprise his role as the director of the film. Ortega was responsible for bringing many Disney classics to life over the years, along with a slew of films from other major companies. And though it was announced that he would be directing a reboot of the classic Swayze film Dirty Dancing, which is set to debut in 2026, it was also announced that he would not be taking the helm as director of Disney's Hocus Pocus 2. Instead, we have another very talented director stepping on board to bring the project to life. Anne Fletcher is a phenomenal director, and we couldn't have been happier to hear that she was going to be in charge of Hocus Pocus 2. She is best known for her role as the director of popular blockbusters such as The Proposal and Step Up. This isn't Fletcher's first time working with Disney either, as she was a credited crew member on the set of The Pacifier starring Vin Diesel. But this time, she is behind the camera and taking control of one of the most anticipated films of 2022. And I can't wait to see what she comes up with. When the movie was first announced, Anne Fletcher brought the film up in an interview where she said, "I am beyond thrilled to be involved in a sequel to a film that is as beloved as Hocus Pocus. Fans around the world have embraced these characters and made this film a Halloween tradition whose popularity continues to grow, and how lucky am I to be back at Disney with these three extraordinarily talented ladies in these iconic roles they created, as well as our fabulous new additions to the cast." It's clear right off the bat that Anne is excited to be working on the sequel, and it's something that she's going to be taking very seriously. And as she mentioned in her interview, she is going to be joined by three extraordinarily talented ladies, which of course is in reference to the Sanderson sisters. And we could have not been more excited to find out that the three witches would be reprising their roles in the movie. Bette Midler looks almost exactly as she did nearly 30 years ago when we saw her in the trailer as Winifred, and the same could be said for Sarah Jessica Parker as Sarah and Kathy Najimy as Mary. All of the Sanderson sisters look amazing in the trailer, and almost identical to the way they looked in the original Hocus Pocus. The Sandersons will be joined by another returning cast member as well. You all likely remember Billy Butcherson, the undead zombie that was Winifred's ex-boyfriend before she killed him and sewed his mouth shut. Billy played an amazing part in the first film as he helped Max, Danny, Binks, and Allison avoid being captured by the Sandersons, and even helped defeat them the first time they were resurrected. Well, we were all super happy to find out that Doug Jones, the fantastic actor who is typically known for playing the roles of large monsters or creatures, will be returning to Hocus Pocus 2 as the zombie that everyone loved so much. Along with the actresses and actors that happen to be returning to the film, they are also joined by a whole mess of new characters that are going to have to find a way to escape the wrath of the Sanderson sisters. There is Whitney Peak, who is playing the role of Becca, Lilia Buckingham as Cassie, and Belissa Escobedo will be playing Izzy, the three high school students who will presumably be the ones fighting the three witches when push comes to shove. You might recognize Whitney Peak for her role as Zoya Lott in the new Gossip Girl series that debuted in 2021, or maybe even the Netflix original series Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, in which she played Judith Blackwood, a recurring character in the series. Lilia Buckingham is most well known for her role in the 2018 TV series Dirt. Lilia played Autumn, a character that appeared in 20 episodes of the series. As for Belissa Escobedo, she's played a character in American Horror Stories named Shanty, as well as the character Natalie Garcia in The Baker and the Beauty. The cast of Hocus Pocus 2 will also be filled with star-studded actors and actresses that will be taking on smaller, lesser-known roles in the movie. Actors such as Tony Hale from Veep, Sam Richardson from The Tomorrow War, Hannah Waddingham, and much more. As we said, we might not know exactly what the roles they will all be playing, but with a cast this packed, Hocus Pocus 2 is looking like it's going to be a massive success. With all of the rumors about Hocus Pocus 2 finally being proven true, fans of the original movie and lovers of all things Halloween cannot wait until this spooky sequel finally comes out. But when will that be? And when it does come out, where will you be able to watch it? Well, if you have a subscription to Disney Plus, you are in luck. And if you don't have one, you might want to grab one this Halloween season, since it's been announced that the Sanderson sisters will be coming directly and exclusively to the streaming platform. There won't be a theatrical release or a television release to coincide within the streaming service either. As far as we all know, Hocus Pocus 2 will only be able to be watched through the Disney Plus service. Thankfully though, there will be more than enough time to watch the movie during this Halloween season. Hocus Pocus 2 is set to release on September 30th of this year, which happens to be on a Friday. It's going to make for the perfect way to start off the weekend along with the spooky season, which is my favorite season. Get your pumpkins carved and your costumes ready because this Halloween season is going to be a big one. I, like many fans, absolutely cannot wait to watch Hocus Pocus 2. I'm going to rewatch the first Hocus Pocus for the 100th time, and then follow it up with a new sequel right away. What about you? Are you excited to see the Sanderson sisters in your home for the second time in nearly 3 decades? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. As for now, that's all Disney fans. Let us know what video you'd like to see next in the comments, and like and subscribe for more magically packed videos.